Welcome to Radcast, the Random Ass Dudes podcast where absolutely nothing's off limits. Hosted by two guys with no script, no agenda, and no clue what's coming next. If it's random, it's fair game. Tune in, laugh with us, argue with us, or just wonder what the hell did I just listen to? New episodes come out weekly, and pure chaos is guaranteed. Another just one-on-one.
I know. Dude, this is like, it's so fun, but it's so frustrating.
Oh, with all the technology stuff?
Yeah, like trying to figure out the phone stuff
Yeah.
and all the mics. And I mean, we're literally going into this with like zero experience into any of this.
Well, and then, spending time with the ranch dogs guys and seeing their setup and stuff like that made me feel very
I know. I was like, dang,
inferior. Right.
Yeah. I didn't like, because they're just doing like a YouTube
The channel.
and it's like, I didn't expect that. You know?
Oh,
what I mean?
the production of it?
Yeah.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
But then, like, talking to David is like, dude, all their backgrounds in it,
They had to have 3 separate cameras that are
Yeah.
all the exact same camera, all the same
Yeah.
production.
Yeah. And I was looking at their Instagram, and they were taking pictures, and they did it all over that ranch too.
Oh, they did?
So they had to like pick it up, set it up, other places and stuff like that.
Well, I wonder what time they got started because we got there at like 7:45, and they
Yeah.
were damn near finished up.
He said they got there at like 5.
Yeah, I bet, to get things rolling.
Yeah. So hopefully, because what we've been having issues with, and maybe there's somebody that's going to listen and that could give us some pointers, is getting the pod tracker to the phone.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we're
'Cause-
definitely not technology people.
No. we're just Googling and Chat GPTing and
Right.
trying to figure all that out. So
Rednecks figuring out technology.
yeah,
Yeah.
the best we can
Yep.
with what little budget we have.
Well, that's true too.
Right.
Yep.
But I am very grateful for like trucker jobs.
Oh yeah, they've helped out a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Big Kai. Shout out Big Kai.
Absolutely.
That was a cool podcast. I feel like the whole Lyman one.
Yeah, no, there's been a lot of people that have asked more more about it. And I think somebody else was in a different trade and they were saying that it felt similar to the experience that they have as far as like how there's different levels of the trade.
Yeah.
You have your, those that are part of the union, those that aren't part of the union, those that are green and startup.
Oh, dude, when I posted that video of Brandon,
Oh, yeah.
union and non-union, that started a whole nother argument, man.
Right.
And like just within that episode, after the fact, we were talking, me and Brandon, and there's so much to cover in that trade. You know what I'm saying? It's just we barely even scratched the surface of it. But
Sure.
I think that's with like anything, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, but Colton McMurray was fun.
That was a really fun podcast
That
to
one
do.
was fun.
Yeah.
That one was fun for me in the fact that like try to help him promote. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Just making posts. He would like text me. He's like, "Hey man, can you make a snippet of this video with with this on there?" I'm like, "Heck yeah, dude." So I'd get the little clip and then throw the little words on there and I'll send it to him.
The one that you did it's at like 47,000 views or something like that.
Oh yeah, with him getting on and
Yeah.
like with him explaining it, or he's been having a rope in his hand his whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, then did you see? Well, yeah, you saw it because you reposted it. The girls in the Razor last night listening to the song.
Yeah.
So we went ripping through the neighborhood with all the lights on and stuff
Yeah.
like that. They were screaming at the top of their lungs.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was fun.
Honestly,
he commented on
yeah.
it this morning.
After we recorded with the ranch dogs, we went to First Watch to go eat
Oh,
some
yeah.
breakfast. And then after some lady, she saw Sam's shirt and was trying to recommend Sam to our podcast.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was, I couldn't even imagine thinking that we've reached this amount of people in this amount of time.
And not just in our neighborhood.
No.
Yeah.
This was like way far away, right? And it's like, dude.
Yeah, we're in North Phoenix.
Yeah. I mean, I felt a little cool. I'm not going to lie.
Oh, no. I mean, like I said, I took Sam and the kids to a Diamondbacks game, and I'm walking in, and the security guard starts, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I was like, what? Like, I thought I was in trouble. You know, and he's like, I listen to you guys. And I was like, what?
Right.
He's like, yeah, I listen to your podcast. My brother recommended it. I was like, no.
Yeah.
Right?
I know. That
Yeah.
That's cool too, man. It's
Yeah.
like, jeez, man. And like if you look at so I know like probably a lot of people probably wondering, right? Here, should I just give them our analytics?
Yeah.
Okay. So far, like on Spotify, so there's a Spotify creators app that we use to upload all of our podcasts and videos.
By the way, Shane, Natalie, and Sam handle all of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Which is fine. I like it.
Yeah.
So we have 1,100 plays total,
Okay.
or 1,152. We have 341 consumption hours, and we are at 67 total followers.
Okay.
So if more people can follow us on Spotify, that would be great.
And
Let's see.
YouTube.
And YouTube. We have streams and downloads. We have 820
Okay.
streams and downloads. So far, our top 10 episodes are probably all 10 of them right now. But the top one right now is Joey, and then
Joey's still in the first
yeah,
one.
and then Colton's coming up real fast.
And then I think our launch one was third.
No,
No, who's
no,
third now?
the lineman one.
Oh, cool. That one jumped up then.
Yeah, and then Radcast, and then Marcus is with the Independence Day, Thorman, Wives Takeover, Donkey Dudettes, Tree, and then the Keep Us Rural.
Sorry, ladies. You're not viral yet.
Yeah, not yet. You'll have your turn. I promise. Dude, I thought the Keep Us Rural one was gonna take off.
I thought so too.
I thought like that was gonna like grab people's attention.
But I also, it's yes and no, because it doesn't affect everyone the way
Yeah.
that it affects us, right? Like that's more important to you and me and our small community than it is to others. And I just don't know that necessarily interests everybody.
Yeah.
The way that it does us.
Keep talking. I'm gonna go turn that fan down.
Okay. So yeah, to me it seems.
Yeah, I totally agree, man. Man, that fan freaking started blowing like crazy. Don't
Yeah,
cut this
as far as that piece of it, I just don't know that it reaches the kind of the size audience that would create a lot of listeners.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I hate to say it, but kind of the culture out here is stay off of social media. You know, spend your time
That's
outside.
true.
So I think your viewer opportunities is smaller.
Yeah, the audience isn't there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, and then like, we're on Spotify and YouTube, and how many of those people are on there, you know what I'm saying?
right.
But speaking of the BNSF Railroad, so I'm on their email chain, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the email that they sent was I just couldn't believe it. Like, hold on. Here, this is what they said. Okay, so they sent this email chain. It says Logistics Park Phoenix newsletter tracking for success. Fewer trains for Northwest Maricopa. BNSF is building the $3.2 billion logistics park Phoenix to help meet Arizona's growing need to move goods, and to do it in a way that brings real benefits to the communities we serve. We've been planning this project for more than 20 years, always with both the economy and our neighbors in mind. And it just starts talking about how the communities, Sun City West, Sun City Grand, Surprise, El Mirage, Youngtown, Peoria, and more. This means fewer trains by 20.
Didn't they already say it was going to go up by 30%?
I don't know.
Because if I read the stats right,
Mm-hmm.
it said that 9.6 trains go through here a day,
Yeah.
and it's supposed to go up to like 14.8.
Yeah.
Right. So essentially, we're gonna grow by half.
Well, they're saying that it's going to stop because if you look at the cities, it says
Oh,
Sun
it's going
City
to stop
West.
from going all the way in.
Yeah, Sun City West, Sun City Grand, Surprise, El Mirage, Youngtown, and Peoria. It doesn't say anything about Whitman, right?
Gotcha. So we're going to get more. They're going to get less.
Yes, trains. Okay, it says by 2028, nearly half of the trains that would have traveled through these areas will reach their final destination at
The depot.
The depot, which translates to shorter waits at rail crossings, better access to local hospitals, lower emissions from what's already the most eco-friendly way to move freight overland. And I read that and I was like, dude, you guys are so full of shit.
Yeah.
Right? Because, okay, cool, you take the trains away. But now you're adding
Trucks.
way more trucks that are going in there.
And it's 1 lane in, 1 lane out.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it's going to devastate Lake Pleasant.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
no way
No way.
that they can put 10,000 trucks down that road a day and not just completely block up the entrance and exit to Lake Pleasant.
Yep.
There's no way.
And then like the entrances and exits to the 303 over there on
Oh, yeah.
74 and the
Which is
303.
already going to be a problem because of the TSMC.
Yeah.
They had to build specific exits for the semiconductor plant.
Yep.
Like all those same trucks are going to go on the same route.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, they're going to take away trains, okay? You're going to wait less at train stops, but it's going to add 10 times more traffic.
Oh, for
Because
sure.
where
It'll
those
be road
trucks
traffic.
going?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those trucks are going to go. Those trucks need to go to Phoenix,
Right.
so they're going to bypass Sun City West. They're going to bypass Sun City. They're going to bypass El Mirage. They're going to bypass Peoria and Surprise. You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, a lot of the
you're
shit's
taking
Amazon.
the trains off the tracks,
Right.
but essentially
Putting
you're
it on
putting
the
that
road.
cargo on the road.
Right. Yeah. Well, and like the Amazon depots are all over the place, right? So it's not like every one of those trucks is going to go all the way to I-17 because you
Yeah.
have them out here in Surprise.
Yeah,
They're down in Buckeye. So those trucks are going to get diverted all over the place.
yeah,
Yeah. I just don't see how it's going to improve anything. I
No.
think it's going to make traffic just a disaster out here.
way worse.
I mean, it used
Way
to be that the drive to Vegas was bad because you had to go through Wickenburg, right?
Yeah,
Well, then they put in the roundabout, and it's helped as far as traffic goes, but it's basically killed the town of Wickenburg from a monetary standpoint because nobody's stopping in there to get fuel and snacks and stuff before going to Vegas.
Yeah.
Because the roundabout's there, they can bypass all that now. And I don't know, like somebody asked me the other day, they were like, "Well, aren't there restaurants and different things out there that are going to benefit from having more people out there?" And I'm like, "Not really." But it means that there will be.
yeah. Well, I also think that Wickenburg probably doesn't want all that.
The pass through? Oh, I think it's great.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they don't want that
the traffic.
big growth.
No, I agree.
You know, because I think like I've seen on some forums or Facebook groups that all the land that's being bought up out there, they're not liking that. So
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Well, because it pushes in on that dude ranch that's up there too. I can't remember
the
which
Flying
one.
E.
The Flying E.
Yeah.
Because that'll all push into that.
Yeah.
And then you got the small airport that's up there. There's a lot. I mean, you think about it, like it is a seasonal town anyway.
Yeah.
Right. It's booming when the Ropers are here, and then it's quiet when it's not, when it's in the heat of the summer. So yeah, I don't think that the roundabout was bad by diverting the traffic from downtown Wickenburg, but you got to think like, I guarantee you the revenue and stuff like that for the gas stations and all that is significantly less.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So the restaurants probably aren't nearly as busy as they once were of people coming in and out of town.
Yeah.
So the
I
world
agree.
we live in, folks, it's
I
changing
know.
every day.
It is, man. It is. Which I mean, I'm not opposed to change, right? I mean, like look at media nowadays.
Well,
Like I don't get my news from news stations.
no,
I don't like.
I don't watch the news.
No.
because it only reports the negative shit.
Well, that and I don't believe it, dude. Seriously, I mean, they're all bought and paid for by
Well, yeah.
corporations.
Yeah.
They all have their own agendas politically and stuff
Right.
like that. So that's why I don't. And like a huge part of that was COVID, man. Like
Yes.
just seeing the. I mean, what? How far are we out of COVID already?
Well, that shit's coming back around again.
No, it's not. No, I'm saying all like the propaganda bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But the actual, like, people are testing positive for that shit again.
Yeah. Well, we've
Man,
been through it.
I
We
had
fought
it, like 5-6 weeks ago. My boss had it. My dad's got it right now.
Yeah.
It seems to be if you jump on an airplane, you're getting COVID.
Yeah. Or you're getting sick.
You're getting sick somehow. I mean, I fly all the time, so I joke around that I'm immune to it.
Yeah.
But I think for the first time, because I never got it when it was like running rampant and everybody was getting sick.
Yeah.
I never got it. But something, and I can only assume I didn't test positive, and I didn't test, but I can tell you I've never been knocked on my ass for 3 straight days. But 4th of July weekend, bro.
You know what it is, dude? You want to hear my conspiracy?
Let's hear your conspiracy.
Okay. This is what's going on. Okay. So RFK, I think he did something where he didn't make the COVID vaccine mandatory or something, right? So the pharmaceuticals are telling the media to start ramping up the COVID, right? There's more COVID, right? And all that, I mean, it probably goes deep into what I'm saying. And I can't prove anything. So it's all allegedly. But yeah, I think like the pharmaceutical companies are like, hey, start ramping up the COVID stuff because this is what happened. So now we need to get it back in the shelves, right?
Right.
Because once the government says we don't need it, then people in their minds like, screw it, I don't need no COVID vaccine no more.
Right.
You know, so then that'll drop their sales, and then
Yeah.
you know what I mean, dude. Everything's ran with money, dude.
Well, like I only
Everything.
got the first vaccine, and I only got it because we had to get it to be able to travel for work.
Mhm.
Like, and I was just so tired of being home.
Yeah.
You know, I'm in sales, right? So
Yeah.
I'm used to being out and with people and stuff like that. So when that hit, the funny thing is Sam and I got very, very good at ping pong during COVID.
Oh, really?
Oh, bro. Yeah. Like our COVID experience, and it's, you know, I hate to talk COVID stuff, but like our experience wasn't bad per se.
Yeah.
Like our community actually got really close. Our neighbors were great. Like we used to joke around. We're like, hey, driveway beers on Friday, right?
Yeah.
And every Friday we're all hanging out outside,
That's cool.
having driveway beers. But yeah, so we had a pool table in the house that I don't think we played pool, but maybe 3 times ever in the 2.5 years we lived there. But I got a ping pong topper, and dude, we had some epic games. Like one of us would be getting pissed off at work or whatever. And we're like, ping pong? Yep, let's go play ping pong. And then, dude, it was funny.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun.
The best thing I liked about COVID was like, you know, because we have to be on the road,
Yeah.
like, to go out, and dude, nobody was on the
Oh,
road.
yeah, no traffic.
Man, it was so great. I mean, I was in Indiana. I never got the vaccine.
Yeah,
They didn't force it. They were trying to, but our union was pretty strong in the fact that like, no, don't get it. Like, you don't have to get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
and we weren't forced to. But it was one of those things like, in order for us to be able to travel,
yeah, you
they
had
were
to have
like,
it.
you got to get it. And it was more of a, like, you know, safety thing for us. Which, you know, the company I work for does a great job on making sure that the employees are taken care of. So it was one of those things where I didn't mind doing it for that. But outside of that, I like, what's there, like 6 or 7 different variants of, you know,
Yeah.
the shot.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not doing all that shit.
Yeah, the one thing that annoyed me was the whole curve thing. You know, the whole like shut down for 2 weeks to shorten the curve or something. But it went longer, dude. And man, like I felt bad for Natalie because she had 4 kids at the house in school, right? And I mean, obviously, the school schools didn't have any way to prepare for this.
Yeah.
So they just sent her a bunch of homework, you know, and like had her make sure that they were online on Zoom calls and stuff. And man, she was trying to do all that, and it was just really hard for her.
Well, and I felt bad for, you know, my daughter, her freshman year was a COVID year.
Of high school?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was all excited to go to high school,
yeah,
right? And
yeah.
then it's like, nope, you're staying home
Dang.
for a year. You know, and then my son, who's always been a straight A student.
Were they playing sports?
No.
No, they didn't get to play sports their
No.
freshman year?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, they did. Yeah, they ended up playing. But it affected them. They both struggled, you know, and they've both been great students and they figured it out. But like my son came to me damn near in tears one day and he's like, Dad, I can't do this. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, my grades are suffering because I just can't stay focused sitting in front of a laptop at home.
Yeah.
Like I need the engagement with my teacher and with the classmates. You know, a kid that's gone from being straight A's his whole life to struggling academically because he's bored. You know, I mean, shout out to those parents and kids that have figured out the homeschooling thing.
Oh, for sure.
I don't. I mean, I'd have been awful
Yeah.
if you didn't make me go to class.
Well, the way that because my brother homeschools their kids, and it's like their education part of it, or like their schooling part of it, is way shorter. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And like, I think that they do it in a way of like how fast can the kid advance, right?
Yeah.
It's not like you need to be here at this time.
Right.
Like you need to be be reading at this level on this date by the end of this year. It's like, okay, let's just get them there.
I think one of the really cool things that they're doing though is that they're teaching them like real world, like traits.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, their son is out welding and learning to weld and stuff like that at a very young age. And then their daughter's, actively out with large animals and learning that stuff. So I think that stuff's pretty cool. You think about, you could just sit home in front of a laptop or a book and get educated that way, or you can be educated on stuff that you're actually going to use
real world stuff
once you're in the real world, right? Yeah. Like, I think that's actually, I mean, I'd probably get shot by a teacher, but to me that's more important than anything you're going to learn in a book.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Natalie. I know you're all about them books, and Sam, but
no, those books are to get away.
Yeah, that's true. To disappear into their own world.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah. So,
yeah, man. I don't know. What about you, Nate? Like, what inspires you? How are you so freaking busy? Why are you so busy?
I don't know. Like, I don't know how to answer that. I think it started at such a young age. I mean, I've been working since I could. Like at 15, my first job at Peter Piper Pizza was to earn enough money to buy a car. And at that point, I had school full time. I was working plus playing football. And I think it's just the way that I was raised. Like my grandfather worked his ass off. My parents worked their ass off. And my parents split up at a very young age. I mean, I was the man of the house at 9.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was one of those things where it's never been, I just don't know how to turn it off. And the reality is my kids grow up and go off to college, and instead of me taking a break and like being like, oh, okay, cool, I got them to college. Like we've got the ranch life now. I can settle down. What do? I take on a partnership with Stephen Justice and the flooring, and we're doing the podcast, and we're breaking horses, and there's, and I'm traveling for work, and I don't know. I like helping people, I think is the big thing. And I just like whatever I can do to help people get to where they want to go, I think is what drives me to be so busy.
But what about for yourself though? Like, I mean, yeah, that's great that you want to see other people go, but what about you?
So I spent 20 years in the car business, chasing title and chasing money. And that's why, like, now that I'm in the role that I'm in, and I do a lot of speaking and I do a lot of leadership coaching and stuff like that. I tell people all the time, like, success is measured very differently by every individual. You know what I mean? I used to measure myself against owners and CEOs.
What is your title in your job right now?
So I'm a regional sales director.
Okay.
So I manage, a significant volume of sales on the West Coast.
Okay.
But I mean, I started as an outside sales rep after spending 20 years in the car business, and then was very successful doing that, and then became a sales manager, and then I was the national sales trainer at our organization, and then moved into this role. But, I've been blessed, man. They've poured so much into me, and from a development perspective, I mean, I went to a leadership camp that I didn't know that I needed, and it came home and changed that. I mean, I will tell you that single-handedly changed my relationship with my wife and my kids and how I see things. Because it was Nate's world forever.
Yeah.
Like, it was all about me.
Yeah.
And then I came home, and, I remember pulling over. I remember pulling over to the side of the road. It was just Sam and I. And I stopped the truck. And she's like, what's up? And I said, I just need to tell you something. I said, I'm sorry. And she's like, what do you mean you're sorry? I said, I hear you, but I don't listen to you. and like saying it out loud brought tears to my eyes.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's not like I don't dismiss you on purpose,
Yeah.
but I've just been the man of the house for so long and not needed anybody, and just felt like I just had to figure it out myself, that I didn't know that I was shutting you out and I was dismissing your opinions. And we both got super emotional, and she thanked me, and really it's been a true partnership ever since then.
Yeah.
You know, same with my kids. Like Tyler and I went through a period where we just did not see eye to eye, and it wasn't like we fought or anything like that, but he and I are very, very different people.
Yeah.
What he loves is different than me. Like when he got into music, I was like, dude, let's go get you a guitar. And the kid sat down and learned how to play the guitar.
Yeah. That's
You know?
cool.
Yeah.
You know
So-
what I do admire about you is like the last few like months that we've been together. You know, like you've like you allow yourself to like open up, right? So like when we invited you to church, you know what I'm saying? And you guys were going to church and everything, and and like you allowed your heart to open up to Jesus, you know, and then you got baptized, right?
Thank you, by the way, for doing that for me.
Yeah. And what's so like what's like really nice to see is that the Nate before your conviction with Jesus, right? Like I could tell like you had this like stone cold like guard on you. And then after like within like the last few days, dude, and it's like real touching to see this, right? Is that I could tell that you are way softer
Yeah.
than what you used to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's dude, like the power of like Jesus and like God, dude, it's like if you allow them to come into your life and come into your heart and just like change you, man, like it's huge, dude. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, and
that's something that I admire about
I
you.
appreciate that, and you and Natalie have been a massive part in that. You know what I mean? Like I give you guys all the credit for, you know, I was I wasn't anti-Christ or I any of that, right? I just was anti-church,
Yeah.
and not for a good reason, but it was because I wasn't willing to invest the time and the effort to understand it. So I was just like, nope, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
And I put up a wall to it, and you guys invited us every weekend, but it was never like, hey, you need to go, right? It was just like, hey, listen, the door's always open. Me and my dad started to have our struggles, and I started going in October last year, and it really, really helped me.
Yeah.
You know, I could not thank you enough for baptizing me. There was a special moment.
dude.
That's something that
Yeah.
will connect you and I for the rest
forever,
of our lives.
dude.
You know, I was just able to baptize Sam this weekend, and that was a very special moment for her and I. But it's funny that you say that I've softened up, because it takes a conscious effort for me to do that. And I thought about that last night before we came over to Drake's party. I'd been working my ass off all day long, and I just knew that I was like, dude, am I really in that kind of mood to like go entertain
Yeah.
a bunch of people, right? But I was like, you know what, like. The normal Nate would go and sit in a corner and be an ass and just like, I'm going to be disconnected. And then last night I was like, no, dude, I'm going to go. And, you know, I'm just going to hang out with everybody and, you know, and I have to do a better job. And this is something that I'm actively working on. You know, I hate to say it, but my love language is picking on people, you know? And sometimes it's not received well.
Yeah.
And I really don't mean it maliciously. I really don't.
Yeah.
I think like it's banter to me. I pick on Sam, I pick on you guys.
It's like that locker room.
Yeah, I think
like,
that's probably what it is.
you know?
I've been an athlete my whole life, and it's just like the camaraderie stuff
Yeah.
and just picking on people. But that's my love language, and a lot of times it's taken out of context, or it's taken the wrong way. And I apologize to anybody that I've ever offended or has taken it the wrong way. But I also know that my delivery has a tendency to be very hard.
Yeah.
And I have to learn to soften that up.
Yeah.
But I'm actively working on it.
What's good is you're aware of that, dude.
I am now.
You know what I'm saying? And that takes time. That takes prayer. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, shoot, I go through the same thing. you know, of like trying to be aware of what's going on around you.
And I think what I've learned to appreciate a lot about you too is, just a couple weeks ago, you talked to Sam and I, and you said that you struggle with staying the course, right? I think that just saying that out loud, right, is staying the course.
Yeah. Like lately, I've been having this pull towards God, dude, and it's been I've never felt the way I felt. Like, it's like this pull is just so strong, dude. And I do get, like, I always get emotional when I talk about it, but
that's okay.
But it's great though, right?
Yes.
Like it's so refreshing, you know, because it's like I know I have God and Jesus to rely on, you know. And I feel like I'm being tested, right? Like like God's just like, come on, dude. You know, like this is where you need to be.
Yeah.
You know, and there's like so many times that I know that God's real because of the things that like he has put in front of me, right? So a few weeks ago, I was talking to Natalie. I was listening to the Dale Brisby podcast, right? And it was with his pastor. And, you know, they were talking, and then that young intern comes on, and he starts talking, like he just got married, you know, and then they were married for a few years. And then at the beginning of this year, his wife died.
Oh, jeez.
You know? And so he's been struggling with that, and he was just talking to Dale Brisby's pastor about, like, you know, like what, like he doesn't want his identity to be,
the loss of his wife.
Yeah, you know, or, you know, like he wants his identity to be through Christ. You know what I'm saying? And that hit me, dude. It hit me like a ton of bricks, man. I'm like, holy shit. Like, well, what about me? You know? And so I had this like long conversation with like Natalie about it, you know what I mean? And then, so, you know, she's like, well, you just need to open up your Bible and just start reading. I was like, all right, cool. I start on like Matthew, right? And it was so crazy because I forgot. And I'm not good at remembering this stuff.
Well, we know.
Yeah. But I know how it makes me feel. And I know what I'm thinking or whatever.
It's your process. But I think that's what I was trying to tell you the other day is you process it the way that you process it. And you don't owe anybody an explanation for that.
Yeah. And, but like reading Matthew, like he was talking about, like walking with Christ, right? Like being righteous and, you know, bringing others to Christ and everything. And then that was like Saturday morning. And then we went to church Saturday night. And then that was the same message, you know, and like God's just sitting there.
It's weird how that works.
Yeah. And then like, you know, so I'm like battling that, right? Like, dude, I'm not perfect, you know? Like, I'm still working on like not being complacent, you know, and I'm still working at being disciplined in my faith and being a husband and a good father, right? And then like a week or a few weeks later, my apprentice ends up having like a blood checkup, and he's like, yeah, meet me down at Costco. Or I was like, here, we'll just meet at Costco and I'll pick you up and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Fast forward to the end of the day, I see my wife's cousin. His name is Troy, right? And he's out there, and you know, just at first I wasn't going to say anything to him, right? I was going to be like, oh, there's Troy, and just drive off. I was like, you know, like, you know, me and him hung out a couple times before. I was like, I'm going to say something. So I shout out, hey, what's up, Troy? How you doing? You know, and like, he like looks at me, goes, oh, hey. So he's like talking to these two guys that I guess every Tuesday at Costco on the 17 and the 101.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They have like a Bible study, you know what I mean? At like 1:00 or something. And so, you know, like I start talking to him, you know, and we're just kind of, you know, bullshitting around, just talking to, you know, he's talking about his family. I'm talking about mine, like what we're doing. And then he starts telling me about what he's doing with these guys, you know, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. And like his whole message was like to bring, like his whole thing is to bring people to Christ, right? Like he wants to be a fisher of men. You know what I'm saying? And so like listening to him talk, he like answered so much questions that I had about like myself, right? Like like I do want to be like I want my identity to be through Christ. You know,
Sure.
I want people to look at me and be like, wow, like he's a man of God, like,
Right.
you know, well, like what is he doing, you know, to be like that? Or even just this podcast, dude. You know, like, yeah, I want to have a podcast to sit down and hang out and get to know people, but also too is like I can't, like I do want to spread the word of God.
Sure. It's important.
It is, you know, and it's not like I'm gonna be here like preaching, like,
Right.
you know, like that's I don't think I could do that.
But we're
But
not going to sit here and read scripture, right? But we'll talk like we're talking
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
You know, is it how it's impacted
I mean,
you.
sometimes
It
I
may-
may some scripture, you know?
maybe. But I mean, we talked about it with Colton. Right?
Yeah.
We talked about it with Marcus. Like, there's been a lot of conversation in regards to this, and I think it's cool that you and I talk about like our faith and our experience. You know, because it really is. You know, you talk about being a fisher, right? Like that's important. You're already doing that.
Yeah, and I appreciate you saying that, but sometimes I don't see it like that, right? Because like I'm
because
like
you're not
my
looking
own
for
critic.
that. Correct. Well,
You know?
you will always be your biggest critic.
Yeah.
Right. And I hate to say it, like you should always be your biggest critic, and you hope that you never hit the finish line,
Right.
because then what's next,
Right.
right? But I mean, there's no chance in hell that I get baptized or Sam gets baptized had we not
That's true. Yeah.
had you and Natalie not brought us to it.
Yeah.
There's just no way. I would not have engaged it on my own. I wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And again, you didn't, and this is what I told you that day, is like, it's not about you going out and pushing anybody to do anything. Do what you do, Shane. And you naturally will that will happen,
Yeah.
because it's already happening.
Yeah.
And give yourself credit for that. Like, it's a fact. You've already done it with two people that had never stepped,
Yeah.
you know, I shouldn't say never stepped foot in a church, but haven't gone since we were little kids.
For sure. Yeah.
And it wasn't anything. I mean, my son now, he's not baptized yet, but he posts every day.
Oh yeah. I see.
Every
it. Yeah.
day he posts
Yeah,
scripture.
That's awesome. I like that.
Right? And he's, you know, he's all in on his faith, and he's
That's good.
it's very big to them. Kayla and Landon, they
Yeah.
go every weekend, right? So you've touched more people than you give yourself credit for.
No pun intended.
We'd like to take a moment and thank our sponsors for all of their support. A big shout out goes to the team at Trucker Jobs. They've designed an app for all the professional truck drivers and carriers out here looking for support in this much needed industry. The Trucker Jobs app is a combination of social media and business designed for truckers by truckers. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or lease equipment, turn unused equipment or lot space into revenue, connect directly with drivers, carriers, and vendors, or navigate your career and grow your business, this is the source for you. Download the app Trucker Jobs Network in the App Store today, or visit them at www.trucker-jobs.com. Use code WOJO12 for 12 months free. Thank you to the team at Sunset Customs. If your home or business is in need of concrete coatings or custom cabinets, this is the team. Sunset Customs provides the highest quality flake floors, beautiful stained concrete, concrete overlay, and grind and sealed concrete here in Arizona. If cabinets are your look no further. Whether it is for your garage space, laundry rooms, or closets, Sunset Customs has you covered with custom cabinets designed and installed for your specific needs. With high-end finishes, soft closed doors and drawers, Sunset Customs specializes in transforming spaces one finish at a time. Give them a call today at 602-489-9237 or check them out online at sunsetcustoms.com. That's Sunset Customs with a Z. Thanks to the team at Fresh Comfort Solutions, the Valley's go-to for all your air conditioning and heating needs. Specializing in residential and commercial HVAC, Fresh Comfort Solutions is a local business with leadership born and raised right here in the Valley of the Sun. Whether your HVAC system needs a seasonal checkup, repair, or replacement, Makai and his team are your source for not only the highest quality, but an experience you'll want to share with family and friends. Give them a call today at 602-390-3930 or visit them at callfcs.com. That's CALLFCS.com. And don't forget to mention Radcast for a special offer. But no, it's you know, what about you? I mean, we talked about how busy I am. It's not that you're not busy, for Christ's sake.
No.
I mean, you're
got work.
lineman, raising 4 kids.
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
So you got the horse, and you've had a lot going on lately.
With what?
Well, you had your boy you had to put down, and
Oh yeah,
I mean,
man,
there's
dude,
been-
that was crazy, dude. Yeah, we had to put down our first horse.
yeah,
You know what I mean? He ended up colicking and turning his stomach and everything. That was hard.
yeah,
You know, like because I was the only one here doing it. You know.
yeah.
So.
Well, when you called, I was like, because the last time, right?
Yeah.
You called when it was Oakley, and you're like, dude, I think she's colicking. Get
Yeah,
the trailer
yeah.
over here. Let's load her up. By the time I get here, she's like,
Good.
nope, I don't
Well,
want
she
to
ends
get the
up
trailer.
shitting right
So
outside
I'm
the-
gonna shit right outside
Yeah.
the trailer, and that's the sign. And then when you called, or when I heard about Dusty, I was like, are we sure?
This is different though.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
they were like, no, like he's not okay. And it was like we had Dusty at our house for what, 2-3 months. So we
like
got
weeks.
was it 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, yeah.
It was there a while, but he we got attached to him too.
Yeah.
I mean, we started calling him Crusty Dusty because he'd
Oh,
roll
yeah.
around and get all nasty.
Yeah.
But but yeah, it was sad. I mean,
Yeah, that was hard, dude. And then like losing our dog.
yeah,
You know, like
that was the one I was
within,
going
like,
to, but
2 weeks, man. It
Yeah.
was like,
it's a lot.
golly, dude. I did not think that like it's like crazy when you look at what other people go through, you know, like sometimes. So for example, right, like I have never been so close to a dog than I have ever been with like Sully, right? Sully's like my first like dog that I've been
Right.
emotionally
Your dog.
connected with, right?
Yeah.
So like when you and Sam talk about your guys' dogs, right? Like a part of me is just like, well, that's kind of weird. Like I don't understand it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's until you actually go through it, then
Yeah.
you truly understand it, right? So like me going through the whole Sully thing, like, dude, I get it, dude.
Yeah,
I totally get it, man. You know, and like another thing that really hits me too is like coaching, right? Like growing up playing sports, you know, like some coaches would cry at the end of the season, right? Because you know they're so emotionally invested in
Yeah.
these kids and like into like growing them into like winning, right? Like you go through a lot,
yeah.
and like as you know, as like a young kid, I'm just like, what?
Why are you so invested?
Yeah, it's just a game, dude.
Right.
You know.
Till you coach.
Exactly. So when I coached Hayden's team in soccer, like I turned that team around, dude. You know, just trying to be attentive, you know, and like I was putting my everything into it, right?
Yeah.
And then at the end of the season, we ended up going to like the championship. We lost, but like at the end, right? Like the game's over, and we're in a huddle. Right. And I'm just like thinking like, okay, I'm just going to say thank you for the season. And I start talking, dude, and I start choking up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, I get it.
Yeah.
I get it now, you know? And like, that's like, I don't know, man. Just, it's like cool to kind of realize that stuff.
But you don't understand, and it's deeper than that, Shane. Like it's deep. And so I coached competitively for several years, right? And I think I told you that like we started the clothing brand based on my leadership style, based on Kayla developing this thing. And you never think that the kids are listening,
Yeah.
right? You just assume that you're the coach. They're not really listening until moments down the road happen, right? Like the keep moving stuff.
Yeah.
That was kind of my slogan whenever we would end a practice. I'm like, be better tomorrow than you were today. And remember to always keep moving. It doesn't matter whether you have to go forward, backward, left, or right. Just don't stay stationary,
Yeah.
right? Continue to develop. And like when those kids told me that, like, you know, that they will never forget the idea of like keep moving, I was just like, holy shit, you guys listen,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But it's also knowing in being an athlete yourself and growing up playing sports just like I did, the hard part, I'll tell you, is the reality that you can only take the kids so far.
Oh, for sure.
And then you have to hand them off to somebody that's a much better coach.
Oh, yeah.
That was a very hard pill to swallow.
Oh, I bet, man.
It was.
Because you put a lot of like emotion and time,
A lot.
and it's like your
Years.
kids, right?
Yes.
Like who's gonna love my kids as much as I do?
Who's
to
going to care
coach
about
them?
their success as much as
Exactly.
I will? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were blessed enough to be around some really, really good coaches. So, but, and that goes for Tyler too. I mean, like when he started pole vaulting in track, I don't know shit about pole vault.
Right.
I'm like, this is going to be a struggle for me because I can't help this
Is
kid.
pole vault where you throw the spear?
No, that's javelin. But he's the one where you
Oh.
pole vault and go up and over the
that's
pole.
right. That's right. Okay.
So, and then, what's funny is like, I didn't even think about it, but like his grandfather on his mom's side pole vaulted in college.
yeah.
His uncle on that side pole vaulted in college. His aunt pole vaulted through high school. So like all the signs were there. I didn't pick any of it up.
Yeah,
I was like, no, he's my son. He's going to play baseball and we're going to go do this thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, and I'm having, to me, it's kind of cool because now I have like a second set of kids and your kids.
Oh yeah.
And I get I get to kind of be part of that. Like I train Zeke for baseball,
Yeah.
and then when you're not around and Drake needs to go to Bucking practice, I'm like I'm the guy, right? Going to Hayden's volleyball, and like when Peyton plays soccer, Peyton came to me the other day and was like, Nate, I want to play softball.
Yeah.
Can you help me?
Yeah.
And I was like, sure. I'm like, let's do it. And then Kayla finds out last night. She's like, oh no, Dad's not coaching you. I'm gonna do it, right?
Yeah,
So
that's awesome. I love that.
but it's cool, and it's funny. Everybody's like, "Oh, your nieces and nephews are so cute." I'm like, actually, they're my little cousins.
Yeah,
right?
they came from me. They came from me.
So we're very grateful for that. I mean, the running joke is that if you guys ever left the state, Sam and I are following,
Right.
and then if Sam and I ever left the state, you guys are following. But
No, yeah, we got pretty close, man. I
Yeah.
like it.
we'll have a compound somewhere on 100 acres. So
So I got a buddy, and I know we talked about this before. We did try to record a podcast before, but we had so many difficulties, man. So Steven Evans, he's a buddy of mine that I went to school with. Yeah, so Steven Evans, he went to Peoria, played football, great guy. And I think he's also like a man of God too, and he messaged me out of nowhere and was just like, "Hey man, love the podcast." I was like, "Thank you." I was like, "What can we do better, right?" And he said like nothing really, but just his question is, "What's the purpose? What's the purpose?" And then he would like to see like common questions for each guest, right?
okay,
But like, what do you think the purpose is?
it was honestly like when we started this, it kind of started as a joke.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you and I are sitting around bullshitting all the time, and every Thursday we're at Dylan's, and you and I are just laughing and carrying on, and I think people just kind of naturally kind of gravitate to that. And then you were like, let's do a podcast. I was like, all right.
Yeah.
Not like I don't have anything else going on, but
Yeah.
yeah, let's go ahead and do a podcast. But my thought is just to create a platform where the average Joe, right?
Yeah.
Or the average woman could come on, and it doesn't have to. You don't need to be Instagram famous. You don't need to be a movie star. You don't need to be an actor. The fact that we had Colton on here wasn't because he's a famous musician yet, right? It was just it just worked out that he was recording at the time that we had him on. But really, it's just giving people a platform to tell their story.
Yeah. Give the middle class a voice, right?
Yeah, I mean,
there's so many unique people out there that it's like, dude, I want to hear it.
Yeah, you want to hear about people that are like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't need to hear about somebody that I don't have any interest in becoming.
Yeah.
Or that I can look up to. You know what I mean? Like, I want to hear from people that are just like me, that have walked in my steps that I can learn something from.
Yeah.
Maybe they've done it better.
Exactly.
Right? Or, shit, maybe I've done it better, and somebody that's listening wants to know, like, how do I get to wherever you're at?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If that's the case, I mean, shit, hit us up. We'd love to. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm all about mentoring people and being mentored, to be honest with you.
Oh,
I
for
think
sure.
I have 2 mentors right now. So,
Yeah, it's I don't know. Sometimes I like look at people and I just think like, man, like where were they in high school? I don't know. I always like revert to high school, right? Like who were
because that was
you?
your favorite time.
Pretty much. But I mean, I think there's a lot of growth in
Yeah.
like high school, right? And then right after, you really find out who you are and like what you're made of. But yeah, man, I just love talking to people. Sometimes I make Natalie mad because we'll be out, and I'll start a conversation and I'll keep the conversation going, and she's sitting there like, give me like a little tap, like, come on, wrap it up, It's like,
Well, it's about to get worse, Natalie. I'm just saying. If we're starting to get recognized in public, because we already
Yeah.
get recognized in public, but not because of this. It's because of, just the people that we work with or the coaching, stuff like that. I mean, I still to this day can be in a grocery store and you hear, "Hey, coach."
Oh, yeah.
And I turn around and it's a kid that I coached
dude,
5 or 6 years
I
ago.
don't really hear it as much just because
really?
Arizona's so big now,
God.
man. There's so many people here.
It drives Sam crazy. We were in Hawaii and I ran into people that I knew.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just out of the blue.
That's funny.
But it doesn't matter where we go. A lot of it's the industry that I'm in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I was in the car business, I had so many customers, and then same with now.
Yeah.
But it's just like, if Natalie struggles with it now,
Mm-hmm.
the more people that
I know.
recognize you, the worse it's going to get.
I know, but I don't think we're going to get that big yet. No.
Yeah.
I'm excited for like the whole Western part of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like going into the rodeos and talking to people or just trying to create content,
Yeah.
Like I'm really excited for that, dude.
Yeah. The culture's cool, right? And I think this gives us an opportunity to kind of get even more into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just simply because now we have others that are opening up, telling us why they're part of the community
Yeah.
and what it is that they do. Tree was talking about his, Marcus was talking about his. We had Colton, we got Trev coming. And then, Sam's doing gymkhanas now,
Yeah.
and there's other interest in, other events and stuff like that. So just the more ingrained we get into the culture, the better that we can understand it.
Oh, for sure. And just try to bring it to the other people, right? I mean, dude, I had no idea what Wickenburg was.
Right.
I was on a hurricane, when was it? Like 2 years ago. And, the lineman culture is kind of cool, right? Because, like, once you meet good linemen, like, you're like buddies forever, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I got a buddy, his name is Daniel Meacham, right? The only time we spent together was onboarding at one of the companies, right? And we ended up just like talking. We exchanged numbers because we were trying to chase storms, And from there, it's just like, dude, like if there's a hurricane tomorrow and he's driving from Illinois to Florida, and I say, "Hey, can you pick me up here?" He goes, "Yes,
Yeah, right.
on it." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like that's like that brotherhood that we were trying to talk about.
Yeah.
I forgot where I was going with that.
Surprise.
Help me.
Going to Illinois, he'll pick you up anytime.
Yeah, I know, but what
The
was
brotherhood.
it? The
You were talking about the cult, like the building relationships in line school and stuff like that.
I don't know. We got to end it now. No, I forgot where we were talking about before that. It was gonna wrap up into whatever we were talking about. Whatever. Who's ever watching, you'll understand.
This is the norm. This is how conversations go. It's like talking to Drake sometimes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't like sauce. I wonder how mustard's made.
Squirrel. I know he's like the biggest squirrel watcher ever.
He's
dude.
so funny.
Oh goodness.
God, listening to him and Kayla talk in the back seat the other night was just hilarious.
Yeah.
Because Kayla's like, "Is there any more to that?"
No. That's it. That's all I
Yeah.
wanted to say.
Yep.
I know he like. Dude,
And then his memory lost because he rides bulls.
oh gosh.
At 9 years old, he's
Yeah.
got memory loss from riding bulls.
Yeah, like dude,
He's
when
so
we say
funny.
old soul, man,
He's-
that dude is an old soul for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He definitely should have been raised in the Old West.
Oh yeah.
Because he's yeah.
Oh, that's where I was going.
Wickenburg.
Yeah. So the whole Wickenburg thing.
See,
right?
I lose it too.
Yeah. So I met these linemen, right? And they're like, "Where are you from?" We started talking. I'm like, "Oh, I'm from Arizona." He's like, "Oh, what part?" I was like, "Whitman." He goes, "How far is that from Wickenburg?" I'm like, like 20 minutes away. He goes, "Dude, do you have any idea where you live?" I was like, "Yeah, Whitman, Arizona." He goes, "No, do you know what Wickenburg is?" I was like, "No, I don't." He's like, "That's like the capital of roping."
Team roping, yeah.
Oh, yeah, of like team roping. And I'm like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
He like showed me all these videos and like showed me all this stuff about it. I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
I was like, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, there's more money in horses and trailers
between Whitman, Morristown, and Wickenburg from like October to February than anywhere else in the world, probably.
Yeah. And that's just here too, right? Because you got like Cave Creek, you
Right.
got Queen Creek, you
Right.
got New River. You know, there's, I mean, when I'm out working, you know, like we'll go to like these big properties and you'll see like camper hookups.
Yeah.
For everybody to come and stay. You know,
Yeah.
it's crazy, man.
Yeah, it's wild. So we're basically like a ghost town during the summer.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people here, and then the moment it cools down, and they were open all day, every day.
Yeah.
There's events
Every
Monday through
night.
Sunday,
Yeah.
in the evenings. Yeah, it's cool to watch. I mean, watching them's a lot of fun. I wish I was that talented.
I know, right?
So
I know, and like that's like the part of this is like, dude, sometimes I want to go ask these people like questions, like, what do you do? You know,
how do you afford to be here
Yeah.
for 4 or 5 months?
exactly. Like,
Yeah.
where are you coming from?
A lot of, from my understanding, like there's a group of ropers that are right around the corner from us, and and that property is only lived in for the 4 months that they're here. That's
Really?
it.
Damn.
It's empty, and they house probably 20 horses when they're here. There's like 5 or 6, sleep-in trailers that are there, and they also own the property across the street. And when we talk to them, they're out of Washington, and they're all farmers.
Damn.
So they get it to the point where they sell their crop, and then they come out here for 4
Yeah.
months, and then they go back, and then they work the fields again.
That's cool. So
But
this
it's-
is like their leisurely time.
Yeah,
right?
this is
They're
their-
probably busting ass all summer long.
Yeah, they kill themselves for 8 months out of the year so that
Yeah.
they can spend their 4 months here, and they want to get out of the cold, right?
Yeah.
But they come here, and most of them rope in Vegas for the NFR.
Yeah.
So that's what's wild to me. Like I have a coworker that her husband's a pro roper, and when she found out where we lived, she's like, "Oh, you are in the Mecca."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What do you mean we're in the Mecca? Like I'm in Whitman."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh no, we're literally in your backyard every year for like the last 10 years."
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of these houses out here too, they're like vacant,
Oh yeah.
and then come roping season,
Yeah.
they're not.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. So crazy,
That's
crazy. Before we start to wrap up, we are going to start selling some merch.
Yes.
So we're going to start with the black shirts that you see behind me.
Yep.
We'll go ahead and post that on social media, right? We're going to put it out there.
Yeah.
And then what we will do is if you're interested in them, you can direct message the social media,
Yeah. Either Instagram or
TikTok. And then we will send you a Zelle or a
Venmo.
link
Yeah.
so that you can pay. They'll be $25 a piece. We're going to start with just the black ones, see how many people are interested. The goal is, so today's September 1st. The goal would be to put the order in on September 15th.
Have the
So
money in by September.
We got to have the money and the sizes in before September 15th. So I would say by September 15th, and then I'll do the order the 16th or 17th.
Yeah.
So
Now, how does that work? How does like the shipping work? Will they
if they're local, then we'll just ship it out.
okay?
So we're gonna sell them for $25 a piece. If they're out of state, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
So I would say let's just stick to $25 a shirt. That
Yeah.
way we don't have to deal with all the craziness. Having the clothing brand before, a lot of the shipping's not crazy expensive, and we'll be fine. But
Yeah.
we'll do $25 a t-shirt.
Okay. I also want to bring up there's somebody in Australia that listened to our podcast.
Really,
Yes.
that one's gonna be more expensive to ship them a shirt.
That's okay. However, whoever you are, hit us up, man.
Yeah, that's dope.
Because we could maybe bring an Australian on here, mate. You
Yeah,
know?
we can bring them
Yeah.
in on the.
on the little
Zoom.
Bluetooth and
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah, that'd be
Awesome.
awesome.
Well, Shane, it's always a pleasure.
Always.
Okay, we keep doing this.
Let's do it.
And again, we say this all the time. If there's things that you guys want to hear, or if there's people that you want us to bring on,
Yeah.
hit us up, let us know, and we'd love to do it.
Yep.
Peace.
Bye.
You, friends, everyone's gonna be friends. And plus, you better ride like you ride.